Ever wondered why your garden isn't thriving as you expected? It's easy to get lost in the world of green thumbs and blooming blooms, but fear not. We're here to help. We're going to discuss common gardening mistakes that might be hindering your garden's potential. From overwatering your plants to neglecting the light requirements, we're covering 10 common missteps and providing solutions to rectify them. So let's roll up our sleeves and get our hands dirty. Stay tuned as we delve into the top 10 common gardening mistakes. First on our list is a common mistake that many gardeners fall prey to: overwatering. It's easy to think that more water equals more growth, but that's far from the truth. Overwatering can lead to waterlogged roots, which in turn can cause root rot, a silent killer of many a beloved plant. Now you might be wondering, how can I tell if I'm overwatering? Well, look out for yellowing leaves, a clear sign of water stress. But it's not all doom and gloom. You can avoid overwatering by understanding your plant's individual needs. Some plants, like succulents, need minimal watering, while others, like ferns, thrive in more moist conditions. A good rule of thumb is to let the top inch of soil dry out between watering. And most importantly, remember this: more water doesn't necessarily mean more growth. So go forth and water wisely, my green-thumbed friends. Mistake number 2 is planting seeds or seedlings too deep. It's a common misconception that the deeper you plant, the better the roots will grow. However, this is far from the truth. Planting too deep can actually hinder germination and root development, as it makes it harder for the seedling to break through the soil surface. In addition, the excessive soil can lead to waterlogging, depriving the roots of much-needed oxygen. So what's the ideal planting depth? Well, it varies depending on the plant. For example, most vegetable seeds should be planted at a depth around 2 to 3 times their width. For seedlings, the general rule is to plant them at the same depth they were growing in their nursery container. Remember, the aim is to provide your plants with an environment conducive to growth, not to bury them alive. Don't bury your gardening dreams. Plant at the right depth. The third common mistake is ignoring soil health. Just like us, plants need a healthy environment to thrive, and that environment is the soil. It's not just dirt, it's a complex ecosystem teeming with life and nutrients. Soil health is crucial for plant growth. If the soil lacks nutrients, the plants can't grow properly. They might become more susceptible to diseases or grow slowly. So, how can we improve soil health? Well, one way is through composting. Composting not only reduces waste, but also enriches the soil with essential nutrients. It improves soil structure, promoting root growth and water retention. Another way is through crop rotation. By changing what you plant in a specific area each season, you can help keep the soil balanced and avoid nutrient depletion. Remember, soil is the foundation of your garden. If you want your plants to be healthy and vibrant, you can't ignore the soil they're growing in. Healthy soil equals a healthy garden. The fourth mistake we often make is overcrowding our plants. This may seem like a good idea, especially when we're eager to fill our gardens with vibrant, lush greenery, but it can lead to more harm than good. Overcrowding creates a competitive environment for our plants where they vie for sunlight, water, and nutrients. It also increases the likelihood of disease spread, as pathogens can easily jump from one plant to another. For a harmonious garden, consider the spacing guidelines for your plants. For instance, tomatoes should be planted about 3 feet apart, while carrots need only about 3 inches. Lettuce, on the other hand, can thrive with just 1 foot of spacing. These guidelines ensure that each plant gets the resources it needs to flourish. So the next time you're tempted to squeeze in just one more plant, remember, less can indeed be more. Give your plants room to breathe. Mistake number 5 is neglecting the light requirements of your plants. Light is as essential to plants as water, air, and nutrients. But not all plants crave the same amount of sunlight. Some plants thrive in full sun, while others prefer the cool comfort of shade. Knowing the light requirements of your plants is crucial to their health and growth. Sun-loving plants like roses and lavender need 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight each day to flourish. Shade-loving plants like ferns and hostas, on the other hand, prefer less intense light and can even get scorched if exposed to too much sun. If you're unsure about the light needs of your plants, a simple online search can provide the answers. Alternatively, you can purchase a light meter to measure the light intensity in different parts of your garden. So, don't let your plants languish in the dark or scorch in the sun. Remember, light is life for your plants. Our 6th common mistake is using the wrong fertilizer. Now, fertilizers are like vitamins for plants, each tailored for various plant needs. There are 3 main types: balanced, high nitrogen, and high phosphorus. Balanced fertilizers are the multivitamins of the garden world, ideal for general garden use. High nitrogen fertilizers are for leafy greens, while high phosphorus fertilizers cater to flowers and fruits. Using the wrong fertilizer can lead to all sorts of issues. A tomato plant fed with high nitrogen fertilizer may yield lush green leaves, but few, if any, fruits. Similarly, a lawn fed with high phosphorus fertilizer may struggle to grow. How do you pick the right one then? Consider your garden's needs. If your garden is full of fruits and flowers, go with high phosphorus. If you're growing a lawn or leafy greens, high nitrogen is your friend. When in doubt, balanced fertilizers are a safe bet. Feed your plants, but make sure it's the right food. Mistake number 7 is ignoring pests and diseases. These unwanted guests can turn your flourishing paradise into a battleground in no time. Pests like aphids, slugs, and beetles, along with diseases such as powdery mildew and black spot, can wreak havoc on your plants. The key to managing these threats is vigilance. Regularly inspect your plants. Look for signs of damage like discolored or chewed leaves, and keep an eye out for the pests themselves. Familiarize yourself with common garden diseases and their symptoms. If you do spot trouble, don't panic. There are many solutions available, from organic pesticides to beneficial insects that prey on pests. For diseases, often all you need is to remove and dispose of infected parts, and perhaps apply a fungicide. Remember, prevention is better than cure. Healthy plants are less susceptible to pests and diseases, so good garden hygiene is crucial. A little vigilance can save your garden. The 8th common mistake is neglecting pruning. Pruning is more than just a trim, it's a critical part of plant care. It helps control the plant's size and shape, encourages healthy growth and flowering, and can even prevent disease. Now, you might be thinking, but isn't cutting back a plant harmful? Quite the contrary. When done properly, pruning is like a good workout for your plants, making them stronger and healthier. Here are some basic pruning tips. First, always prune with a purpose, whether it's to improve the plant's health, regulate growth, or enhance flowering. Second, use clean, sharp tools to ensure clean cuts and prevent disease transmission. Lastly, understand your plant's life cycle. Some plants prefer to be pruned in spring, while others in fall. Remember, pruning is not just about cutting away unwanted parts. It's about nurturing your plants, guiding them to grow in a healthier, more productive manner. Pruning is not just cutting, it's caring. Our 9th mistake is ignoring plant compatibility. Like people, plants too have their preferred companions. This concept, known as companion planting, is crucial in maintaining a healthy garden. Ignoring it can lead to a series of problems. For instance, some plants may compete for the same nutrients, leading to one or both of them becoming nutrient deficient. Others might attract or repel certain pests, affecting their neighbors. Then there are those that simply don't get along for reasons we don't fully understand yet. A classic example of compatible planting would be the Native American Three Sisters method, where corn, beans, and squash are planted together. The beans fix nitrogen for the corn, while the squash keeps the soil moist and discourages pests. On the flip side, planting tomatoes and potatoes together is a big no-no. They are both susceptible to the same diseases and can quickly infect each other. So remember, not all plants play nice together. The final mistake on our list is forgetting to mulch. Mulching is a gardening practice that involves the application of organic or inorganic materials on the soil surface. It's not just about making your garden look neat and tidy. It's a game changer for plant health. Mulch offers a range of benefits. It maintains soil moisture, preventing your plants from drying out quickly. It also suppresses weed growth, saving you from the tedious task of weeding. Plus, organic mulch decomposes over time, enriching the soil with essential nutrients. Without mulch, your garden is exposed to the harsh elements. Sun and wind can dry out the soil, while heavy rain can erode it. Weeds can also easily take over. For effective mulching, apply a 2 to 3 inch layer around your plants, but avoid piling it against the stems. Choose a mulch that suits your garden's needs. Mulch. It's more important than you might think. So there we have it, 10 common gardening mistakes. From overwatering to forgetting to mulch, these missteps can hinder your garden's potential. Remember, every plant has its own needs, and ignoring them can lead to poor growth. Good soil health, adequate spacing, and correct light requirements are just as crucial. And let's not forget about using the right fertilizer, timely pruning, and keeping an eye out for pests and diseases. Avoid these mistakes, and you'll be well on your way to a flourishing garden. Happy gardening.